Hello YouTube and welcome to Supreme Lord 2020 as Italy in the Blitzkrieg Scenario. And if you're wondering why I'm sounding a bit annoyed / bitter, it's because I was actually recording earlier and it was rather had to be a little bit fast, so unfortunately I realized that I never pressed the freaking record button. Yeah, I usually record at the moment I just finish my introduction and such, but no, I did not. So all 26 minutes of recording wasted. And of course I saved the game and uh, well, I pretty much have to just continue on 25 minutes ish later. Which before that I gotta do a little situation report. Our economy is kind of balanced out with social spending now 50%, taxes 60% at the moment, inflation 1.6, unemployment 6.1, so that's pretty much the way it is. Israel constantly losing supplies fast, so we're currently doing a little trade agreement with us giving them for about daily usage of petrol and current consumer goods for about 27 days compared to the 37 days of military goods for the week of every weekly. As for the Germans, they've made some good advances here. They managed to take this small town of Pskov. Pskov? I don't know how to pronounce that. Managed to take that. Warfront over here is a mess, and there's a huge mass of just continue of Russian fighters and aircraft. Elsewhere, like I said about Israel, Egypt and Libya, it's just as it is, and Nigeria has not yet conquered anybody yet, except for the fact that Mali's economy is in debt. It might collapse, you never know. Congo Democratic Republic, however, is at war with Nigeria, but there's no change. Of course, South Africa, well, they've made some advances, but it's not really that much of a change. South America, Brazil's war against Uruguay has pretty much stopped, even though they're in debt. Argentina, once again the messages from Israel, is holding out. Bolivia is being chewed up with losses of territory. Venezuela, not by much. Colombia, Peru, not really much change. Mexico is currently just not doing anything against Guatemala or Nicaragua, even though Nicaragua's economy is in debt. And I'm just kind of jealous that in my Mexican LP, if you remember, my military there was rather crap. Here, on the other hand, they got several good Abrams imported from the United States, which sucks. And of course we got an offer, it's an interesting offer by Egypt, so we'll just accept that. Not gonna bother to check our relations. So yeah, no change in Caribbean. In Asia, Vietnam was close to Myanmar's capital, but they have not made any good advances. Bangladesh did split India in two right over here, but now they're pushed back by Chinese forces and now India's military. Nepal has grown in size into China with a rather unusual look on their on the map. As for China, well, I will say that they almost conquered Vladivostok and they've gained a huge amount of territory over here. So Russia is not looking good on this war front. The Germans kind of stalled, but I guess the Chinese down here, that's a slight different story despite sending reinforcements. Oh, and the Korean War. Not a whole lot. It's just stalled for some reason. So that's about it. Oh, and I did change the amount when it comes to the research efficiency, but I think I may have increased the prices for the efficiency a little too much, so I'll just keep it as it is. Project development will be, I guess that's fine as it is as well, so just ignore that. Because we have a lot of stuff to research, including some nuclear weapons that we may have to start researching. Also, some nuclear technology as well. Which reminds me, I don't think I have nuclear power in the first place. Hold on, where is it? Here it is. Power. Yeah, we don't have nuclear power plants, so we gonna have to research it, which I better check. Technology, nuclear power plants. We'll need that. And that's about it. We have a lot of stuff to constantly research, but that's just fine. Social spending and taxes. I think I'll leave them as it is, despite the economy dropping a bit. Actually, I've already increased by 66% for now. Social spending will stay it as it is. One of our industrial complexes is finished, which I also did build 2 more mines along with filling out this area with 1 agriculture and 2 hydroponics. Get them ready. I think I had another, yeah, I have a fully filled out ore mine that's being built over here. And I think that's about it for now. So yeah, there's really no change. Germany has not declared war on us, if they're ever interested in conquering, that is. Or, if we're going to be stupid enough, try and declare war on Germany itself, which could mean us being annihilated. Maybe. But you never know with fortresses everywhere. Still, I am a little worried if we ever do go to war. Still. Okay, industrial complex is done. Well, oh, that's interesting to see some UK ships over here. And Gibraltar, no, nah, it's just a small village, of course. They are also just bombarding every sea towns and villages everywhere. Norway is in debt, which will be a shock if they just collapse financially. Meaning the Germans will have control of Norway, and if their supply lines spread fast enough, which I doubt, they might have a shot on conquering Sweden and maybe Finland. As speaking of Finland, they're not at war with Russia anyway, since they're more focusing on China, Germany, Myanmar, and well, also Tajikistan and Uzbekistan. And just as I said that, Central Africa has finally been conquered by Nigeria. So after a long time, Nigeria has now finally conquered another nation. Who's next? Conto d'Ivoire? Probably not. Guinea has managed to reach over here, interestingly, due to their alliances. Mali, however, I don't know. All sorts of conflict going off everywhere. And once again, India has been split in 2 by the Chinese advancing instead, with Bangladesh just stuck there. War against Pakistan, I don't think there's any need for a comment about that. And Iran's war against Iraq, 0 progress, not even against a sovereign part down here, what was Kuwait. Israel, once again, making some rather unusual advances. Seriously, I really don't know what exactly are they doing. Not to mention, even though they're allies with the UK and the United States, the UK, I kind of understand, they're too busy trying to be in the middle of their war. Of course, annoyingly, they cannot cross this since this bridge is damaged, and even if it's fixed, I don't think it's possible, depending on the type of units, may not be able to cross in this mod, but I guess I could still be wrong. But this example here, where despite the fact that Sweden could just roll right in over this bridge, they just can't because of the mod's unusual coding, which doesn't make any sense. And yeah. Also, I was planning to build a possible bridge, or a tunnel if you will, whichever, to cross towards Malta, but I just realized that because of the distance, it's probably not even possible to build a bridge this far. A tunnel maybe, but a bridge, there's no way to change of what type of route it's supposed to be. Like, say, over here would be, like, say, like, I don't know, in the middle would be choice of either a bridge or a tunnel. With a tunnel, I guess it would make sense, but with a bridge, you never know. And I'm pretty sure this is not possible. As, not to mention, I did see if Infinitum Gamers LP of, I hope I said his name right. I might have made a mistake, made a huge mistake. Sorry about that. But pretty much for the fact that in my Heirs of Aristotle LP, I don't think I built a bridge at all connecting to this island, since the majority of the Greek army is stuck here. As a result, I never built a bridge, and they were just stuck there the whole time. So yeah, that was kind of embarrassing to realize that I could have just built a bridge or a series of connecting bridges from this island to this one, and then to the mainland. I could have done that, but I didn't. So that's my own fault. In the meantime, just deal what we can, and looks like the Germans are advancing again, this time towards Smolensk. But they ran out of supplies, so I don't know what they're doing. Belarus has not declared war on Germany. Probably not gonna bother anyway, since it's gonna be a suicide to try and declare war on Germany. Or if the Germans are hungry for conquest, particularly to deal with an annoyance to not be able to get through, with the Russians just pouring right through every time, well, they might change their minds and just conquer Belarus anyway. Okay, there's a lot of territories being traded over and over again. The Russian forces in the Black Sea pretty much cut off anything, along with the Turks. Well, Turkey's not at war with Russia anyway, but as for their war against Armenia and the Georgia Republic, it's a bit of a different story, with Georgia actually surprisingly doing well. Whether or not they're going to take Artisan or Erzurum, you never know. Also, what's this? Cars? Cars? Or is it cause? Or, I don't know. Okay, our treasury's gone down a bit. Okay, research efficiency. Project development, I think I'll reduce that a little bit more. Also, reduce efficiency by about to 135%. That's probably about it. Actually, I'll probably keep that at 100%, which is about here-ish. Keep it like that. I'll keep this at 50%. Technology level, no point. Okay. Lock him there. All these, I'll probably let him do what he wants. And there's no need for her to do any of these. No need for that. No, and no need for that. Alright then. What's going on in Mexico? Conscripts? Uruguay's not gonna fall. Let's see, New Zealand, Australia, Indonesia, Vietnam, I don't know what they're doing. And it does look like this area is being cut off for some reason. They're also at war with Malaysia, right? Yeah, they are. But no advances towards the capital, which is actually Singapore. No advances from China from their occupation of the Philippines onto this part here. Like say landings on the town of Sandakan or Kota Kinabalu. And it's something you never see. Nothing going on in India. Nothing else. Now, as for us, just to check to see what else we can do. Also, just keep the Minister from locked off from doing any changes to the uranium deposits. Just keep producing more and more and more and more and stockpile as much as we can. Increase petroleum reserves, that's, I guess, understandable. Military goods, we're just gonna stockpile a lot. We have to stockpile a lot of munitions in case of war. Same for industrial goods, I guess. Consumer goods, I don't know, as the demand is pretty high anyway. Alright. Seriously, taxes, social spending needs to go down again to 50%. So that's 64%. Oh. I don't know. Actually, let's try this to balance things out a little bit. 60% keeps us at 66 or so percent and leave it like that. Mutual defense is invoked? What? Really, Jordan? Really? You're gonna go to war with Israel now? Of all times, Jordan had to attack, even though they're also going to be at war with Turkey as well. Well, Israel is once again screwed. They really do have the worst luck. No matter what, by the AI, they just never seem to be able to do anything right. Seriously, the Israelis have a pretty impressive military, but they just can't seem to do anything right. I mean, there's a huge amount of military over here, so why aren't they crossing into Jordan now? The capital's right here. I don't know. What's our relations with them anyway? Pretty good, actually. Okay, there's a Jordan tank that's inside Lebanon. Wow. Okay. This is, just plain, just unbelievable. It's unbelievable that Jordan would just declare war on Israel at this moment. Speaking of which, gotta check to see if there's any new wars breaking out for whatever reasons. Not Iran. Nope. Not a lot of changes and a new unit design. Merger transport. Okay. Shortages. I guess it wouldn't be long before Nicaragua would finally fall. But you never know. Okay, 2 oil derricks. The oil derricks that have been building for a while now are finally finished, that are over here. So those are done. Everything else is just as it is. Several fortresses on the border lines. Several on the capital. A few over here. With a huge gap over here, but that's pretty much the way we're just gonna deal with. Okay. 66%. Okay, this is getting silly. Nothing going on. So, any changes in the Korean War? Okay, the North Koreans are fighting back. Not by much. Okay, they got naval fortification in Simple, but I'm pretty sure building up a navy is a bit rather late. The Chinese have managed to... Okay, yep, they have gained a huge territory in Siberia. So the Russians are not doing very well here. At least on this part. I'm not so sure if they're gonna land on Sakhalin Island. So, hold on a minute. Japan against China, North Korea, or Taiwan, or the Republic of China. China against China and North Korea. No changes in Vietnam's actions. India has now grown in size, or managed to push the Bangladesh forces back. Either way, or both. So that's kind of bad news for Bangladesh, but semi-good news for India, it seems. So, wait, what's our relations? Feel indifferent. Okay, we can make an alliance with them. But seriously, Jordan, why of all times now do you have to declare war against Israel? Seriously. Well, I guess Israel will be swallowed up by Jordan, but Jordan's gonna be a bit screwed in a rather long war against Turkey if Israel falls. Anyway, economy briefly was in the green, but I guess that's to be expected. Got a few tanks, including our own Leopard. So, okay, let me just check one thing. Yep, we got Leopard 1A4, an M95 Degman, and our own locally designed main battle tank. Okay. Over here, building these, but I'm gonna build 4 M95s. Over here. It's kind of bullshit in this mod that you don't have artillery, no anti-air defense, no anti-tanks. Actually, wait a minute, hold on, let me check. Yep, not even Russia has them. Yeah, this has gotta be the most idiotic thing ever. Yes, artillery can be annoying, but seriously, it's just unbelievable that we have there's no way to get anti-tank designs or anything. Actually, if I take a look over here in designs, yeah, we have no designs. Practically idiotic. Oh well. We just have to keep building tanks, recon units, Pumas and such, and infantry. I'll just produce as many as I can. Most are being built here. I only have a few land fabrications anyway on the actual fortresses occasionally. One down here, one over here, which I think I forgot to build an airfield actually. Yeah, I did. Okay, so we got these two. I don't know about the idea of building land fabrications on every fortress, which could hurt me in the long run if war occurs. Domestic prices are too high. War facilities are done. Alright, these are done. Remove all this. There we go. Okay, Israel. Really bad. They're really in depth. No changes anywhere else in Africa. Other than South Africa has advanced into Rhodesia's capital. Mozambique is pretty much got surrounded. Its capital is almost surrounded. Namibia, I don't know. Brazil's war against, well, all their neighbors. Hardly any change, actually. I don't know. Well, this should be interesting. Looks like the South Koreans are fighting back this time. The Chinese... Okay, not... Looks like their advances have stalled when they're trying to advance up here for some reason. Don't know why. Okay, that's quite a lot of Japanese ships that's right over here. And wait, what? Is there a civilian transport here? I don't know. Uzbekistan, Tajikistan. No changes, actually, despite also the Chinese over here are beginning to push back the Russians. And I think they actually advanced into Russia, actually. I think. Hold on, let me check loyalty. Yeah, okay, wait. Yeah, the Chinese have actually advanced a bit into Russian-controlled territory, including what was in the Kazakhstan. Mongolian front, former Mongolian front. Okay, the Chinese lost a bit of territory here, some here, and over here, but here, on the other hand, yep, that's quite a contrast between their old official territory to now. Now, to check to see what the rest of the old territory look like. Huh, Pakistan actually gained a lot of territory, same with China. China, though, they gained from Tajikistan and Afghanistan a little bit. Over here, Bangladesh is somewhat back to where they started, except for this area that's under their control. India, well, they've kind of regained a bit of territory and are advancing a little bit, but not by much. Nepal, of course, has lost this territory permanently, it seems. And what was Thailand? Myanmar. Africa, meanwhile. Quite a contrast to see what Nigeria was and the amount of territory they managed to conquer. Same can be said, I guess, for Brazil, having conquered Paraguay. Uruguay someday, Argentina, don't know, Bolivia, you never know, with the amount of territory they lost. As for Central America, not really much, with partial changes, particularly with only Guatemala advancing by the sea. As for Europe, yeah. Quite a difference when you look at all these colors of how many nations has fallen to the Germans. Oy. Anyway, as for the German advances, doesn't look like they're gonna take this. Don't know about here, they wish they did, but are they gonna hold it? Who knows? Okay, this village is pretty much holding out. The Germans managed to take this village. It looks like they're gonna, I guess they're trying to reach St. Petersburg if they want to. But if this keeps up, they might link up and probably, I don't know what they're gonna do after that. Yeah. So there's a lot of wars and conflicts going on, some gains, some losses. It always seems to happen every once in a while. Spain, I really don't know what you're doing. Then again, seeing France and all these nations falling would cause anybody to be a little bit hesitant to go to war anyway. Even though the only choke point is right here. But even if the Spanish were able to be smart enough to just gather enough units here, just advance, then hold against any German advances, if they are able to do so, then maybe gain bit by bit of territory of what was France, which would be an interesting sight. But of course, the AI as it is pretty much not smart. Even with the slight changes to the improvements a little bit, but it just didn't do much. Now, anyway, as for the Germans, once again, they're gonna keep getting their units surrounded. Estonia, they're not at war with anybody, not Germany, or Germany declaring war on them yet. Finland and Sweden are not at war with Germany, but you never know when Norway may or may not fall financially in this case. The UK is still strong, and everything else is just as it is, and more facilities are done. Yes, the ore mines are done. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. The ore mines here are done. So, continuously stockpiling our uranium deposit, just fill up that reserve stock. Same could be said for our military goods. Just gotta keep it up. Just keep this high as we can. Demand and actual use is not high, but we just have to keep it as it is, and the reserve is pretty good for about 4 years. So now we're in the 999,000 tons, close to 1,000,000 now. Still got all the other stuff to do, and I don't know why this is always happening. I would like to just lug him up, but I'd rather have the AI do whatever he can, so to speak. Okay, reserves 265 days. Not much reserves anywhere else. Comparison. Yeah, we're almost close to breaking the 1,000,000 ton mark right now. Almost. 500, 666. Wait, yeah, I'm not gonna go there. Hold on a minute. There's one small island here. I could build a small airbase here. I could, but I don't know. Nah, probably not. I'd rather not spend so much right now. Of course, taxes is still going to be a slight issue. Okay, social security taxes are still becoming a headache. That's 70, reduce that to 50 again. Keep it like that. It's never going to get balanced. At least that's what it seems like. Oh well. New unit design. The M728 Engineer Infantry. Okay, that's nice. No, we don't need that. Just have everything else being researched now. Kodiak? We could use that. APCs? I don't know. Pause that and go to this tab. Move this. And I'm going to end right here. So, hope you enjoyed this, despite the fact we're not at war yet. That is, if we ever go to war. But it's interesting to see what's going on in the rest of the world. And sorry for the fact that over 25 minutes of footage was pretty much gone. But I hope you enjoyed this, and see you again in the next episode.